This is a series of segments about the older bottlings of Maison Surrenne. And the first one I'm going to talk about today, I want to talk about Tonneau number 1. Maison Typhon, which is where we source Maison Surrenne, was put together around 1920 by a Norwegian family who was buying cognacs and exporting them to Norway. And they bought a somewhat run-down distillery which hadn't been taken care of very well. And what they found in their cellars was, among other things, a large number of very old cognacs, some of them 50, 60, 70 years old, that were made from petite champagne grapes. And those don't age well. I mean, they just, nobody ages petite champagne for, a very long time. So they took all of them, all these barrels, and they dumped them in this big vertical blending tun that they had in their bottling area, called the number 1, Tonneau number 1. It just means big oak tank number 1. And they dumped them in there, and then they would use old petite champagne to keep it topped up to make up for evaporation. That was in 1921, so these were 50, 60, 70-year-old petite champagnes that had been sitting in a tank since 1921. And, every year they bottle about 5 cases for us. And so, the cognacs in there are, some of them are close to 150 years old. And when you taste it, it's like the richest fruit cake you ever tasted, because it's just dozens and dozens and dozens of these beautifully fruity old cognacs that have gotten sort of deeper in fruit because they've been aged for a long time. And then the flavor absolutely stops 3/4 of the way down here. It's just like there's no finish whatsoever because it's petite champagne. That's why they don't age it. That's why they don't age petite champagnes, because they have old petite champagnes don't have any finish. So this is a one of a kind. There's no other cognac like this in the world. Dozens of old petite champagne, amazingly rich mouthfeel, complexity, zero finish, but a genuine. There are very few things as rare as this cognac.